Listen, I'm recording this at the second intermission because I don't really want to record after that. Well, okay, here, I do want to record after the game is over if Vegas wins. But I'm not Steve Dangle, I'm not trying to be, I just love my team. Similar to him, I guess, in that regard, and I make videos about it and post it to YouTube. Got the idea from him. Not trying to steal his whole concept, just wanted to put my stuff out there because Vegas deserves some representation, but also I feel like I am not as hot-headed as certain people, especially fans of hockey, to the point where I can have an objective conversation and not be completely biased. I feel like because I love hockey, and the fact that my hometown got a team, you know. The Vegas Golden Knights,
Say the line, Bart! I didn't do it.
Yeah! I'm just gonna... I don't know what the score is. I don't know, but I'm assuming they lost, right? Because, holy moly, and this game started at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Vegas, which makes sense with the whole WrestleMania stuff going on that I don't really care about, but I know some people do, and traffic and all that jazz, but like, just hear me out. All of that to say, at first intermission, I was convinced that we, for Game 3, need to bench Shea freaking Theodore for Ben Hutton. Not because Ben Hutton's bad, just like it's Shea Theodore, right? Because he was directly responsible for the three goals that Minnesota scored in the first. Not trying to discredit Kirill the Throw and Matt Boldy. That first goal, insane. That pass from Kaprizov, how on earth has he been able to do that back-to-back game? Like, obviously he's a game-breaking talent, like I talked about last video. And he is just so elite, and I hate that I have to play against that player. He's so good, and Matt Boldy finished it. So like credit for him for that team. But Theo, you let Boldy blow by you, and so yeah, you take fault there. And then this is after Vegas starts with an amazing 5 minutes where we are outshot them 4-0. We had incredible chances. Gus was up to the task, and then defensive turnover from Theodore several times. And Adin Hill, before Minnesota got that first goal, bailed the crap out of Vegas. Intense saves, like absolutely rock star stuff from Adin Hill. And then he couldn't hold the fort anymore. Because if you want to win, you have to help your freaking goalie. And Shea Theodore, our arguably #1 defenseman, I knew it was harsh, but I still thought it. And I still thought, you know, like, okay, the other two Minnesota, I'm not going over each individual one. It was Zuccarello for the third one, and then the second one was Foligno. Moose, you know, hey, congrats, Wild, on the first period. Vegas is, after, you know, getting demolished, I think it was specifically 3-0 after the first period. They are 0-3, so, you know, not high hopes. And I was like, maybe, you know, it's the modern NHL, comebacks happen all the time, and Vegas is a good team at comebacks. You know, maybe, you know, and then to start the second period, Shea does it again. This time in the offensive zone, and he flubs this pass, and the Wild go the other way, 2-on-1, in transition, off of a bad turnover, bury it. Kirill the Thrill gets it to squeak in between Hill's pads, and then Hill trying to cover in the process of like spinning to try to lay down. The puck goes through his pads and it's in the back of the net. And as much as that goal sucks for Adin Hill to allow, it's 100% still Theodore's fault. And Shea Theodore is my current favorite Golden Knight. And his abysmal play in the first and second, well, like first period and then the first half of this game, no, it's not harsh anymore to want to bench him for Ben Hutton for Game 3, which is exactly what Minnesota would want us to do, because Shea Theodore has so many highs and then also so many lows. It's unbelievable. Like, this player is fantastic offensively. Defensively, he's really good a lot of the time, and then there's a lot of the time where the reason that we lost is directly due to a Shea Theodore turnover. We could not stop turning over the puck in the neutral or defensive zone. Could not stop. And the worst part about all this, when we went down 4-0, is that my stupid East Coast living bum is going to sit and watch through the rest of this game. Even though it's like Edmonton, we're not Edmonton, right? The way that Vegas wins is not in these like high flying goal scoring like jamboree where we're able to just pot 4 in a single period. And here's the thing, as I'm talking myself through this, I know Vegas can technically, but I don't think Minnesota is that bad of a team. I don't think LA is that bad of a team, but somehow, you know, Edmonton couldn't close that out. Vegas, maybe they can when Edmonton couldn't. And Noah Hannafin gets us on the board, who I predicted as one of the goal scorers for Vegas. So, you know, great. Great. And that one was actually off of a good pass from Shea Theodore. So there's the good with the 4 freaking terrible plays. I don't know. I wanted to record this now because, and I'm not, it's 1:00 a.m. for me, and I'm still gonna watch this third period, and if Vegas does anything remarkable, I'll add a little addendum to this video. And if not, that's going to be it for today's nightly review. Holy moly, the series is tied 1-1, you know? Congrats, Minnesota Wild. Honestly, the goal tonight is to do exactly what you did, because you planted the seed of doubt in all of the NHL fan base after, you know, what happened in game 1, which I am, from my perspective, was like, Minnesota played well. I don't know what all these analysts are talking about. Oh, they're showing up against Vegas and Vegas just ran the show. Like, no, that's not what happened at all. Analyst on ESPN, PK Subban, I thought that the teams looked pretty even. Minnesota actually looked to be the better team last game, but Vegas capitalized on their chances and got a little help with the refs not calling anything, because Vegas was a little bit more physical last game, despite, you know, them having Foligno and Hartman and cross-checking being completely legal now, I guess. On both sides, not on both sides, you know. It's playoff hockey, I know that. I know that. This all matters so much more, which is why I got my panties in a bunch and I'm freaking out about this freaking ridiculous play. Because the Minnesota Wild came to play. They showed up on time, unlike ESPN, unlike the Vegas Golden Knights, unlike... all I know is that the series is going to be tight for Vegas. If they want to win, they need better play from their number 1 defenseman. They need a goalie who can continuously, throughout a 60-minute effort, make the kind of saves that Adin Hill did in the beginning of this game. They need to be able to figure out how to score 5-on-5, because Minnesota does not take a ton of penalties. Xcel Energy Arena in Minnesota is one that Vegas has typically struggled to win in throughout their franchise's history. You know, we figured it out a little bit during the playoff series against them 4 years ago, which I have another fun fact about, you know, Vegas loyalty and all that jazz, about how Vegas has 10 players from that series 4 years ago. Oh, that's not a lot, especially on a 20-man roster when maybe like 21, 23 players get in a single series because of injuries and all that. Minnesota has 8. So yeah, let's talk about loyalty there. Vegas needs to step up. They need to wake up. They need to... Chandler Stevenson from a couple years ago, grab their nuts and give them a tug and give them a pull. Shorzy, give your balls a tug. And wake up on time. Play next game like it matters. And on Saturday, game 4, where it's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. Like, that's an early game, and Vegas has sucked in early games this season. They need to figure it out so that way we can win in 5 like I wanted last game, and this game be the blemish that, you know, gets everyone actually going. But I don't think the Minnesota Wild are going to let that happen, especially if they put up efforts similar to last game, this game especially, and I don't see them slowing down either. Either way, it's a fun series. It's playoff hockey. The reason it sucks this hard and feels like watching this sucks is because it matters. And seeing your team lay an egg like that, I don't know. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up to watch the third, but that's gonna be it for, hopefully not. Hopefully I record more. But that's gonna be it for round 2, what? But that's gonna be it for round 1, game 2's nightly review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.